Coming up, JU receives a large grant for health sciences, and texting behind the wheel is now illegal.
And in sports, your JU football team dropped its second in a row.
Welcome back to this edition of the Dolphin Channel News. I'm Adriana Rodriguez. The College of Health Sciences receives nearly a $200,000 grant from the National Institute of Health to complete a 4-year study on the effects coughing has on the airways of patients with swallowing disorders.
The funding of the NIH helps JU faculty improve science and the studies to improve health. Working in partnership with members from the University of Florida and Brooks Rehabilitation Hospital, Associate Dean of the College of Health and Sciences, Dr. Christine Sapienza, brings $190,000 for research.
The NIH grant was actually provided to the University of Florida. I am a principal investigator on the grant. We've had the grant 3 years, and it's an experimental grant as well as an investigational grant for looking at a validated test of cough and swallowing. This is the last year of the grant, and I was at the University of Florida for 20 years and hired by Jacksonville University in 2013 of July. So I brought the grant with me.
This grant focuses on patients with Parkinson's disease who develop swallowing problems. This type of swallowing problem in patients with the disease is life-threatening and can lead to aspiration pneumonia.
Grants like these benefit the university as a whole because we're bringing research to the Jacksonville community and to the academic setting of Jacksonville University. It will particularly benefit the College of Health Sciences because that's what we do here at the College of Health Sciences. We do science and health, and we do the creation of tools and treatments.
The mission of the NIH is to seek fundamental knowledge about the nature and behavior of living systems and the application of that knowledge to enhance health. Reporting for the Dolphin Channel News, I'm Haley Muley.
Moving from research to laws that save lives, in Florida, a dangerous driving habit is now banned on the roads. Reporter Ethan Wellhausen explores how basic this law actually is.
Florida has now joined the ranks of 40 other states in the ban against texting and driving. The law's motive is simple: to keep Florida's roads safe. Many students believe the law will help drivers stay more focused on the road and less on their cell phones.
I don't think you should text and drive just because it's hard enough driving. You don't need to have any distractions. I mean, whenever you're going to send a text message, it can usually wait.
If you text and drive, you're distracted from the road and have a higher chance of getting into a car accident.
Some say the law has some typos. Texting along will not get you pulled over. It's a secondary offense. You have to be in violation of another law first, like speeding.
I think texting driving at a stoplight is okay, but then also you're unaware of your surroundings, so it also could be dangerous.
Not everything on your phone is forbidden, though. Drivers can still use phones for music, navigation apps, and phone calls.
In Florida, more than 4,500 accidents happened last year due to drivers being distracted by their cell phones. Of that number, 255 were directly linked to texting. Reporting for the Dolphin Channel News, Ethan Wellhausen, your school, your news.
If found in violation of this new law, you will be fined $30. Now let's check out sports with Adam Jordan.
The first of 3 straight home games for your Lady Dolphins soccer team was a success. The women defeated crosstown rivals UNF by a score of 3-1. The win over the Ospreys gave JU a record of 4-0-1 in the last 5 meetings between the schools. Next up, Lipscomb at home on the 11th at 7 p.m. The men's soccer has gotten off to a slow start and hoped a home game would result in a win. After 2 straight scoreless games, the Dolphins found some offense against visiting Davidson. Sophomore Nathan Dalton scored at the 6:49 mark and gave a lead that JU held through much of the second half. A Davidson score tied the game at 1, where it remained through regulation and the first overtime period. In the second overtime, freshman midfielder Jack Burns scored a header off of a pass from sophomore defender Shinaldo Parks, giving JU their second win of the season by a score of 2-1. Next, they travel to play Lipscomb on the 11th at 7 p.m. The volleyball team continued their strong season as they went undefeated on a 2-game road trip, beating Kennesaw State and Mercer 3-1 and 3-0 respectively. The ladies are now 14-2 on the season and will face Bethune-Cookman at Swisher Gym on the 9th at 7 p.m. After a disappointing home loss to Butler last week, the football team traveled to play Drake. After trailing early 13-0, the Dolphins took the lead 17-13 midway through the third quarter on a 77-yard touchdown pass to Andrew Robustelli, who finished with 161 receiving yards on the day. The lead didn't last long as Drake answered with a 79-yard drive for a touchdown and never looked back. Drake gets the win 27-17, and the Dolphins are now winless in 7 tries all-time at Drake Stadium. The Dolphins will try to end a 2-game skid as they stay on the road and face Campbell on the 19th at 1 p.m. For the Jaguars, a rough season continues. At 0-4, the Jags travel to St. Louis to play the 1-3 Rams. An early 67-yard touchdown to Justin Blackmon in his first start of the year gave hope. All downhill from there as turnovers continue to be a problem. 2 more interceptions for Blaine Gabbert, including a pick 6. Rams win 34-20. Jags fall to 0-5 for the first time in team history. And that's your local sports update. I'm Adam Jordan.
Now a biannual event, Major Madness hit JU students with multiple career options. The campus was buzzing with activity as the Career Development Center invited students to come out and mingle with current employers, ranging from the World Affairs Council of Jacksonville to Delta Airlines. Major Madness brought over 35 employers to campus and gave students the chance to speak with current employers about their undergraduate major and where it took them. After the JU student nomination recital, JU's music faculty showcased another evening of music. Professor Tony Steve performed music of the vibraphone and was accompanied on stage by Boral Ivanov playing the piano to create a night of classical jazz.
I started playing piano as a child and didn't listen to my teacher, and I did a lot of improvising. So I was that bad piano student. And then I started playing drums in the school band, and at some point my band director made me do this, and it took pretty quickly, and it was a lot of fun. And I was able to combine the improvising section of it, and you know, it was very rudimentary, but it's where I started to develop the love for it.
As a recording artist, Steve has appeared on numerous recordings. His most recent was with the Trio de Profundos. Next up for the music faculty events is the Students' Recital on October 10th in the Terry Concert Hall. That's going to do it for this edition of the Dolphin Channel News. I'm Adriana Rodriguez. We'll see you next week. You can find more of our award-winning work on our YouTube page under the Dolphin Channel. You can add us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter as well.